All right, welcome everybody. If you're here to play the game, give me a hi in the chat, please. You don't have to play, but I think it'll be fun. And if you're my students, you can get some bonus points. So that's good too, right? Oh, I see some Professor Easley's students are here as well. So I'm going to get the points set up here. You can come and go as well if you need to. Pop out and come back in, that's fine. Let's see what we have here. I'm going to put contestant number 1 is going to be Grace. We got lots of you guys. This is awesome. Thank you guys for coming out tonight. I'm so excited. I did this with my Math for Liberal Arts class on Monday night, and after a few technical issues, it went really well. I've done it in class many times, but this is only the second time I've tried this on YouTube, and this is the first time I've done this particular PowerPoint. So let's go over the rules here. And then we'll see if anybody has any questions. Again, if anybody new has come in, just say hi in the chat so I know you're here to play the game. Not that you have to, but I think it'll be fun. So, okay, so first rule, have fun. And let's just everybody try to roll with it in case there's any issues. The last answer you post before the music stops will be the one that I look at for your score. The music will be 62 seconds long, and I'll start it after I read the question. It's totally okay to guess. No one loses points for a wrong answer. Your spelling does count if you're typing a word in the chat box. At least I have to be able to discern which word it is. Let's see, I have another contestant. Yay, contestant number 5. I guess I should really put the whole name in here. Let's see. Hang on, guys. All right, that's good. Any new contestants, please type hi into the chat so that I can add you to the list. Okay, so I don't know how the other professors are doing their bonus points, but for me, the top score out of my Mac 1105 students, you're going to get 20 bonus points. Mac 1105C, actually. 20 bonus points. Second place gets 15, and the rest get 10. Okay? So that's going to be how my students get their bonus points based on how well they do. But however your professor wants to do it. And And one more time, I'll just repeat, there may be glitches. Please be patient with me. Okay, now, as far as the actual rounds go, each question is worth somewhere between 100 and 500 points. Oh, it's okay. You can tell me later, Christian. You can tell me later. Just putting it according to what the name on the list is so I can easily put the points on here. But we can add your real name there at the end. Okay, so the first person to answer the question correctly gets full points. Each person after that who answers the question correctly before the music ends gets half points. So you'll get points in the game every single time you play. Also, everybody gets 1,000 points to start with. So we're going to build up from there. Okay, and then if we have time, at the end we'll have a final question where if you get it right, you can double your points. Okay, so any questions about the rules? And there is a little bit of a delay, so be patient with that, please. No questions? You can always, if you know, at any point during the game you're confused about anything, don't hesitate, just type it into the chat and let me know. Alrighty, I'm going to go ahead and get started, but again, we might, as more people come in, they're welcome to join the game. Okay, also, if any weird technical issues occur, just let me know and I'll do my best to address it. Okay, so here we go. We're going to see what the categories are. This is very much like Jeopardy in the sense that I'm going to give you an answer. You basically, I'm going to tell you the question, you select the answer, and it's worth... it's not dollars, of course. I was afraid to put dollar signs because people might think it's real. But in any case, it's like on Jeopardy where you have like $100, $200, whatever, for each question. Those are your points. And I'm going to select the first question, which is going to be from the greater than or equal to category. And then whoever gets it right first gets to pick the next question and dollar amount. So it's going to be greater than or equal to, absolutely radical, totally quadratic, or linear or circular. Okay, so the first question, everybody, if you're ready, give me a I'm ready in the chat, please. And then I will start the show. And there is a bit of a delay again, so if it seems like I'm responding slowly, that's why. Okay, here we go. Great. So the first question with 100 points is to determine the union, x union y, and express the answer in interval notation. The set x is the set of all x such that x is greater than 13, and the set y is the set of all x such that x is less than or equal to 19. Here comes the music. Oh, maybe that's not the music. Okay, so I'll just set a timer. 62 seconds in order to select the answer. All right, so let's take a look at, seems like everybody picked C. Good job. So again, the way that this is gonna work is the first person to put the correct answer in gets full points, and then each person after that is going to get half points. So the first person who put it in was contestant number 5. Contestant number 5, you get 100 points, and everybody else gets 50. And I'll try to do this on the screen just so that everybody can kind of police me and see if I'm doing this right. Oop, there's no contestant 7 yet. All right. Let's see, did I get everybody? Just checking through the list here real quick. Did I get Aaron on here? Yes. You're number 1. Okay. Elena. Okay. Does everybody see their name on here? Let me make it bigger. Okay. So that means that contestant number 5, whose screen name is Alejandro Insua, that is, I know, not your real name, is going to pick the next question. So let's take a look at the options. Okay, so the one that turned red, we've already done, the 100 in the greater than or equal to category. All right, so which category and amount would you like? All right, same category for 300 points. Okay, 300-point question. Graph the solution to the inequality negative 2x less than or equal to 16. Okay, so everybody chose A this time. Let's take a look. Yay. Okay, good job, everybody. So things to remember on this one: if you have a square bracket, that's indicating equal to, and we do see that this has got an equal to. Also, you had to divide by -2, which means you had to flip the inequality symbol. It became greater than or equal to. Excellent work. The first person to get it gets 300 points. And each other contestant who submitted an answer gets 150. 150. So Aaron, let's see, contestant number 2. Yep. Contestant number 3. Meanwhile, go ahead and tell me what you want to pick for the next question, contestant number 5. Alejandro, aka Christian. And by the way, your points are along the top here. So everybody's doing really well. We'll go back to this screen and select the next question. All right, linear or circular for 100. Here we go. So provide the missing information. The slope of a vertical line is blank. First person who got C was Amy Toro, which is contestant number 6. Very good. This is the 100-point question from linear or circular, which is down here. Oh, I should really freeze these frames up here. Hold on one second. View. I want to freeze. Okay. Did I do that right? Yeah, it's better. Okay, so let's see. I'm sorry. Where was I? Amy got this one for 100. Everybody else gets 50. And I'll go ahead and put all that in while you guys pick the next question to keep this moving along. Okay, so which do you want next? By the way, a horizontal line has a slope of 0. A vertical line has a slope that's undefined because it's the change in y over the change in x, and a vertical line has 0 change in x. Amy, you get to pick. Same category for 300. Here we go. Okay, the distance between the points 5, 4, and 1, negative 1. Uh-oh, why'd the music stop? I'm not sure. Okay, looks like everybody agrees. Let's take a look at the answer. Correct. So let's see who typed it in first. Elena R typed it in first. So Elena R, you are going to get 300, and everybody else is going to get 150. All right, that also means that Elena gets to pick the next category and amount. Remember the blue, we're picking from the blue ones. I don't know if you can see. Uh-oh, why is it playing? Oh, my mistake. I'll fix it. Okay, so you get to pick. My mistake. Thanks for letting me know. What would you like to, which category and amount would you like? Oh, you're right. You're on there twice. That's right, Elena. Greater than or equal to for 400. Thanks for your patience, guys. Okay, solve the inequality. Write the solution set in interval notation. -2 is less than -2y plus 19, which is less than 4. Okay, so the answer is 21 halves. So I see there was a little bit of confusion on this one, so let's just work it out real quick so everybody knows where that answer is coming from. I'm going to grab myself a pen here. So we have -2 is less than -2y plus 19, which is less than 4. I'm going to solve it the way where you just solve it all at once. So I'm going to subtract, to get y by itself, I'm going to subtract 19 from all three sides. So we're going to have -21 is less than -2y, which is less than -15. And then I'm going to divide through by -2, but when you do that, you have to flip the inequality symbol. So we get 21 halves positive is greater than y, which is greater than 15 halves. Now, normally, whenever we write an answer in interval notation, we have to go from smallest to largest. So I'm going to reverse this inequality. 15 halves is less than y is less than 21 halves is equivalent. These two mean the same thing. So that translates into D for the interval notation. Good work. It looks like the first person to get D was Amy Toro. So I'm going to give you your points. Amy Toro. And that was the 400-point question in greater than or equal to. So you're going to get full credit, full points, and everybody else is going to get half, and I'll take care of that in a minute. But you get to pick the next question. What would you like me to do? What category and amount would you like, Amy Toro? Are you still with me? Same category for 500. All right. So we are in greater than or equal to for 500. So solve the inequality, write the solution set in interval notation. This is a compound inequality with two separate inequalities written and an and in between. 11 is greater than 3x and negative 4 plus 2x is greater than or equal to negative 9. All right, let's take a look at the answer. So it looks like the first person to choose C was screen name Alejandro Insua. So go ahead and think about what you want to pick. I am going to work this out though. We have 11, and by the way, that means that you are going to get 500 points. Everybody else is going to get 250. Who answered it correctly. So 11 is greater than 3x would mean if you divide both sides by 3 that x is less than 11/3. And for negative 4 plus 2x greater than or equal to negative 9, if I add 4 to both sides, I get 2x is greater than or equal to negative 5. Divide by 2, we get x is greater than or equal to negative 5/2. And there's an and in between. So when there's an and, we're looking for what's in common to the two. So one way to solve this is to draw two number lines, one for x is less than 11/3 and one for x is greater than or equal to negative 5/2. And so you're going to need to place 11/3 and negative 5/2 appropriately. So what I mean by that is, for example, since it's negative, negative 5/2 is to the left of 11/3. So x less than 11/3 points to the left, and x greater than or equal to negative 5/2 points to the right. And what we're looking for is what's in common. So if you look here, what's in common between the two graphs is negative 5/2 to 11/3, including negative 5/2, but not including 11/3. Okay, good job, everybody. So Alejandro gets to pick the next. And I'll be working on the points here. I'm a little behind. Greater than or equal to 500. Thanks for your patience. Let's see. Oh, we have, is that a new, let me see. Janice, I don't have you here, do I, Janice? So you're contestant number 8. There we go. She didn't get that one, but you still have 1,000 points. Everybody starts with 1,000 points. And then on the previous question, I just need to see, let's see, Amy, D, Alejandro had a D. Elena R had a D. Gerard had a D. P. Diaz did not. Erin Grace had a D. Lourdes had a D. And Janice had a D. Oh, you got points there. All right. Okay. So now we're going to do totally quadratic for 100. So a blank to an equation is the value of the variable that makes the equation a true statement. Solution. So remember, all a solution to an equation is when we say solve an equation, we're just saying find the value of the variable that makes the equation true. So it looks like the first person to answer that one correctly was Erin Grace. This is the $100 question in totally quadratic. So I'm going to give Erin, where are you? Oh yeah, you're right in the first one. Okay. I'm going to give you 100. Everybody else who got A as their last answer gets 50. Almost there, almost there. There we go. Oh, really? Does it? That seems like there's a glitch where it looks different on different screens. I'm sorry to hear that. Maybe I should just give the top 2 people since it seems like that's happening. When was the other time that happened? Let's see. Elena and P. Diaz. And that was for... That was for what? I want to say it was greater than or equal to, no, linear and circular. Here we go. So I'll go back and give you 300. And now we'll give Lourdes. Lourdes will get 300. The only problem with that is I'm going to have to go with who's on my screen for the choosing the next question because, oops, that wasn't right. What did I do? P. Diaz or Lourdes? Oh, I know. I'm on the wrong question now. We were on this one. Okay. So from now on, I'll give the first 2 people full points, but the first person on my screen is going to be the one who chooses. So on my screen, that's going to be that Erin Grace chooses this time. Okay. So what would you like to do next, Erin? Linear or circular for 200. So an equation written in the form y equals mx plus b is said to be written in blank form. Okay, the answer is and of course that's because m is the slope and b is the y-intercept. Looks like everybody got that one right. The first two people are P. Diaz and, P. Diaz and Alejandro. And so they will get 200 points and everybody else will get 100. And we will have P. Diaz is going to choose this time. So you let me know which one you want. Okay, absolutely radical for 400. Solve absolute value of 3x minus 2 equals 5. Okay, the answer is B, -1, 7/3. Let's look at why that's the case. So remember, if the absolute value of something, I'll call it U, is equal to a number A, as long as A is positive, then it could have been that U was equal to A, or it could have been that U is equal to the opposite of A, and the answer would have still worked out the same. So in this case, instead of U, we have 3x minus 2. So we're going to write either 3x minus 2 equals 5 or 3x minus 2 equals -5. So we're going to solve each of these. So adding 2, we get 7. Dividing by 3, x is equal to 7/3. Over here, adding 2, we get -3. So x is equal to -3 divided by 3, which is -1. Okay, so the most common error that I see on the tests is that people just drop the absolute value and they write 3x minus 2 equals 5 and they solve that, or they think that the absolute value changes the negative to a positive and they solve 3x plus 2 equals 5. So this one is not wrong, but it's only part of the answer, and this one is just incorrect. So watch out for those two potential errors. And let's see, this time we're going to have, by the way, I'm very glad you're having fun. That's awesome. We're going to have, was it Amy that got B first this time, and then Erin Grace? So Amy, on my screen, you're at the top, so you get to pick. So what would you like to do? Radicals for 400. I'm going to put the points in. Okay, same category for 500 is going to be radicals, right? Okay, radicals for 500. Oh, this is a tough one, and I will tell you, this is off the practice final exam for Mac 1105C, so this is definitely this is a sample of what you might see on the final. In the process of solving the radical equation x minus 5 equals square root of 3x minus 11, you will need to solve which of the following quadratic equations. Okay, so basically they're asking you to clear that radical. Okay, I'm giving you just a little extra time, just although it looks like most everybody's answered. I'm gonna be working on the points over here for a second. So I know you're dying of anticipation. Hold on one second here. Okay, let's see. All right, so the answer is D. All right, and you all got it. I am so impressed. That means you're preparing well for the final exam. That's excellent. Okay, so let's see who is on my screen first. So on my screen, it's Gerard first and then Amy. So Gerard will get to pick the next one. And while you're thinking about that, I will put the points in Gerard and Amy will each get 500 from absolutely radical, and the rest of you will get 250. All right, thanks for waiting for me there. All right, so what are we going to do next, Gerard? Or Amy, if Gerard is not available. Same category for 300. So that's absolutely radical. All right. How many solutions are in the solution set for square root of x equals -3? Get points for that one. All right, Gerard, you get to pick again. Well, we'll just do this 400-point question from absolutely radical. Did we already do this one? We did. I need to go back. So wait, did it show the answer the whole time? Yeah, it did, right? Okay. So, Gerard, which other one do you want to pick? It didn't? It wasn't showing the whole time? Okay. Well, you're all going to get points anyway. So for totally quadratic 300. Solve the equation y squared minus 50y equals 0. Solve the equation y squared minus 50y equals 0. looks like everybody got that one. Everybody who answered. Yeah. Oh. Almost everybody. Pretty much everybody. So we got Amy and Alejandro showing at the top of the screen there. So you're both going to get 300 points, and everybody else who got B is going to get 150. All right, I'm going to pause now and put some points in for this. 300 in totally quadratic. Let me show you where your points are right now, because we're almost done. And we're going to do the final question. So 300 on totally quadratic is going to be here. Okay, so if you look at the top of the screen, we have your scores. So we have contestant number 1, Erin Grace, 2,750. Contestant number 2, PD is 2,500. Contestant number 3, Gerard, 2,750. Contestant number 4, Alina, 2,650. Contestant number 5, Alejandro, 3,300. Contestant number 6, Amy, 3,350. Contestant number 7, Lourdes, 2,450. And contestant number 8, Janice, 2,050. All right, so in this next part, you get to double your points if you get the answer right. So everybody's going to answer the question that is under the final category. Let's take a look. All right, the final question, and you get extra time for this one, by the way. The final question is, find the center and radius of the circle whose equation is x squared minus 10x plus y squared plus 6y minus 1 equals 0. The music is going to play for 2 minutes and 20 seconds. Okay, time is up. Let's see what the answer is. C, which was the most popular choice. So let's take a look at where the heck that comes from. So this involves a process called completing the square. And what you want to do is get this in the form of the standard form of a circle, x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. So you can identify h and k as the center of the circle and r as the radius of the circle. So you're going to, I'm going to copy down the equation over here. So we're going to have y squared plus 6y, and I'm going to move the 1 over to the other side. So I'm going to have a 1 over here because I want to add something to these two terms to make them a perfect square trinomial that will factor into a perfect square, or the square of a binomial, and I want to do the same thing here. So all you have to do is remember to take half the coefficient of the linear term, the x and the y terms. So half of -10 is -5. Take that number and square it, and you get the number you need to add to your x part of the polynomial equation. So we're going to add 25 there, and I'm getting that from here. All right, and then for the y's, I'm going to take half of 6 is going to be 3. I'm going to take that number, that was a positive 6, by the way. I always include the sign there. And we're going to take positive 3 and we're going to square it, and we get positive 9. So we're going to add that 9 as well. But whatever you do to one side, you have to do to the other. So I have to add the 25 and the 9 to the other side, or otherwise I would be changing the equation. We have to keep an equivalent equation. All right, so then we need to factor this guy. And by the way, it always factors using whatever number you got when you took half. So this one's going to factor into x minus 5 squared. And then I'm going to factor this guy, and again it factors using this positive 3, so that's going to be y plus 3 squared. And then on the right we're going to have 1 plus 25 plus 9, so that's going to be 35. Alright, so you have to think of what's being subtracted from the x and the y to get the center. 5 is being subtracted from the x. And -3, because y plus 3 is the same as y minus -3. -3 is being subtracted from the y. So the center of the circle is 5, -3. And then be careful here. This is your r squared. So if the radius squared is 35, that means r is the square root of 35. So that's the reason why the answer is C. Okay? All right, so let's see how the points turned out here. So if you got it right, you get double your points. Your points are up here. So let's see, that's B1 there. I'm going to insert a row here. Okay, so this is going to be equal to B1 times 2, and let me see who, I got to see who got it right, don't I? Okay, so let's see who got it right. So Alejandro got C, so that's going to be equal to B1 times 2. Let's see who else. Amy got it right. No, is that working? No, it's not. That should have been 6,600. Why is that not? Oh, because that was supposed to be F1 times 2. Oops. Hold on, guys. We will get this figured out. Okay. And then Amy. And then let's see who's next. Joshani, you just joined, so you're going to be contestant number 9. So you get 2,000 points. Okay. And who else? Gotta see. Elena got it right. And P. Diaz got it right. And after P. Diaz, we have Aaron Grace. Where are you at the beginning? And Gerard, I think you got it right as well. And did I miss anyone? Lourdes? Am I going up into the previous question here? No, that's right. Lourdes got it. And no, Lourdes got B. Sorry, Lourdes. Right? Am I seeing that right? Janice got B, so that's not it. Equals I1. And that's it, right? I got everybody? Okay, so the winner officially is Amy. Good job, Amy. Everybody give Amy a nice round of applause here. And the rest of you who are in my class, everybody who whoever got the most points is going to get 20 points towards your grade in my class, and whoever got second gets 15, and everyone else gets 10 points. Okay, and I know P. Diaz, I know I'm going to be letting your professor, Professor Easley, know that you participated and how you did. I hope everybody had a great time. Our time is up, so I'm going to log off now, but thank you so much. You did a great job, and I really appreciate you coming out and playing the game. I am hoping to do this again at some point during the semester, so if you want, you can subscribe to my channel so you get notifications, although you don't have to do that because I will let your professors know. Okay, bye everybody. Good job. Congratulations, Amy. Okay, you guys can tell me by email if you want to. You don't have to put it in the chat for your privacy. If you don't want to tell me right now, you can tell me later. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.